Alright, thanks for tuning in to the Artemis Channel. It's turkey season here. So we're gonna have some success for you, and I hope to get more than one on the ground, so we'll see how we do. Morning. May 1st. Opening day. I set up last night. Got the blind in a spot where we know the birds come down to. I've got my decoys out there, Jeffrey and Maud, and we're waiting. It's been very quiet. I did have one gobble off in that direction, quite a bit of ways away. So we're gonna wait and see what that was. Just had a little rabbit come in and check out the decoys, so that's kind of cool. So we're gonna wait and see. I gotta work today, so I'm not gonna be out all day. If they're not in here by 7:30, I'm gonna go home and change, go to work. It's very wet. Rained most of the night. It was raining on the way over here, even though the radar said it was clear, so that was kind of funny. So I hate truck interviews. Everybody does them. I hate it. But the truck is part of the hunt. You gotta get there, right? Had one gobble, two gobbles, three gobbles. Pretty far away. Didn't see anything, didn't come in. Can't hunt all day, gotta go to work. Day 2, I had a bird roosted about 100 yards from the blind, overlooking this field that I was set up in. And I really didn't even have time to do a pre-hunt interview, as you guys will see here. He's down. He did exactly what I expected him to do. I got here, there was visible light, so I opted to not put the decoys out. He was in that tree just above the blind. Come out, when he landed, he was pretty much in my lap, 15 yards maybe. And I opted to shoot through the screen on the blind as opposed to trying to get around it, because I didn't want to mess around with him. So, you know, good stuff. We're gonna eat. We got some good eating here. These birds are great. Day 2 bird is the earliest I've gotten a bird, so that was fun. Got him right off the roost. Day 3, we took out another adult onset hunter. Morning. Right. Got Marissa's dad, Joe, on his first hunt. We're just a few minutes after legal light, and we've got a couple of birds fairly far away, but close enough that we need to be quiet, shut up, and not move around a lot. So, I've got Bud and Jeffrey out here.
Lord, you can imagine where it goes from here.
He fixes the cable.
Don't be fatuous, Jeffrey.
So we'll see how that goes. Well, it's been a little disappointing this morning. The birds that were talking in the roost shut up when they hit the ground. And there's been no other critters come visit us. No little rabbit, no deer. There were ducks in the pond over there for a little bit. We got to watch that, but they pieced out too, so we're kind of sitting here trying to stay warm. It's very cold this morning, so We were just talking about DoorDash would deliver Dunkin' Donuts coffee and donuts to us this morning. So put that in the comments if you think that they'll deliver in the middle of the woods.
Day 3 came and went, didn't get Joe on any birds. Tom and I went to a different spot with a permanent blind, and we get on birds right off.
Tom and I are hunting on a blind that the landowner calls the caboose. More like a bomb house. Oh, it's pretty nice. We're out of the woods. Warm and toasty. It's kind of like hunting in Texas without these fancy blinds that we were in down there. So it's kind of cool. We've got roosted toms that direction. Probably 150 yards, and they are taking their sweet time coming down. So, see what happens. Here we are. Tom's and Jake are all heading up, and they've gone away from us. And Tom's favorite bird, the Canadian goose, a pair of those just buzzed us like Maverick buzzing the tower. They laughed at us like Stellar Waldorf. It's really a bummer that those birds are heading up, but it is what it is. So we're gonna hang and just see what happens. But the MO on this property is that those ladies are gonna keep going that way. They're gonna peace out. So we'll watch and see what happens. And if not, we'll get a cup of coffee and a donut, and we'll see what's going on.
Tom and I head to a different zone, and I opted to not carry a gun in this particular morning that we went. I just wanted to do some calling for him and see if we could get him on a bird. Of course, he likes to call, and he did some calling as well. For all you out there that say you guys shouldn't be hen calling and not set up and ready to go, we know. I appreciate that. We got set up and kind of did our thing here, as you guys can see.
Just had a doe blow at us. Could hear her rummaging around back behind me, and then she stomped her feet. Couldn't really see her, could just see movement through the trees. She was close enough that she didn't want us here. I feel like Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive. Richard Kimball.
You wanna get shot?
That's how dogs get shot. Right in their mouth. We're electing to move on. Only because she's making so much damn noise. That everything's gonna be on alert here, so thanks for nothing. I'm gonna remember. Yeah, she must have a fawn in there. Because she keeps coming back and then getting mad at us. So we're gonna go up the road a little bit, quarter mile or so, and try again at a different spot. Tom and I were just discussing this like a good luck thing about finding a balloon when you're hunting in the woods or something. Because he looks at me like I'm telling a story like he would to his girlfriend. You know, about the one up, the cows. Tell the one about the cows.
Flying cows.
Yeah.
Flying cows have 2 legs shorter than the others. They can stand on hills comfortably.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
So he told his girlfriend that after his grandfather told him that. Okay? Or it's like the one where I told him when he was really little. I told him about acorns. If you put acorns in the campfire, they make like big popcorn. He was like 10, 8.
It wasn't that long. It was like 11 or 12.
Okay, so he puts the acorn in the campfire, and Clem and I are sitting there laughing like Loki, and he gets freaking pissed because he's like,
It's not gonna pop, is it?
so it was pretty funny. So I swear that the Mylar balloon thing is a thing, but I need confirmation.
Once we got to the truck, I called my buddy Gene. I wanted to ask him about the Mylar balloon thing.
So is the Mylar balloon thing a thing?
I don't believe it at all.
Okay. All right. Well, Tom thought I was messing with him, and I'm like, no, I'm not messing with you. I think this is a thing.
A lot of people say it is.
Oh, so there is a wives' tale.
Absolutely, yes, there is.
Okay, so now I'm not so freaking stupid after all, am I?
I never said
Nope.
you were
No,
stupid.
it is. There's a lot of people that think that there's something to it with a low pressure area, and that's what brings them back down to the ground. And deer lay around low pressure areas, is what they say.
So it's a deer hunting thing.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well.
But it is. People. There's a huge debate over it.
So that was pretty much the end of our day. I knew the next day that we were going out, that we were going to the same spot, or I suspected we were going to the same spot where we had these birds that Tom and I encountered. So the night before, I went over and roosted these birds, and sure enough, we were going to be in business the next morning.
So you can see that tree, that big round tree at the top of that field. They are roosted in there. So we will come back here tomorrow morning and see if we can get on them.
They're still in the tree. We had 3 toms and at least 1 hen roosted in that oak that I showed you guys. They came out to in this case over here. So I had Joe set up on this window, and they came out to our right in the field. They went out there. What do you say, Joe? 80 yards from us? Yeah, 80 yards. Okay. But with, get a live decoy out there, ain't much that they're gonna pull them away from that. And now everybody's having breakfast in there, like I told you guys earlier in the video here, that their MO here is to go across the street and hit the bird feeders and the neighbors. So I can't get in there and hunt them. So we're just kind of wait and see what happens if they truly got a split. That hen was milling around and she wasn't going one way or the other in a hurry. So we tried some soft hen calls, purring and just kind of feeding noise to see if she'd come over this way, but I must need to put the blind on the other side of the property and flatten them over there. So maybe we'll do that. Not much going on now. Joe and I were headed back to the car. One of us was gonna go get coffee. Plug for Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe we can get a cool gig at Dunkin' Donuts, like the guys from the Super Bowl. Yeah. Affleck and what the hell's the other one's name? So maybe Joe and I can get a Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Dunkin' Donuts deal. Like we can be the Dun Kings, but we're gonna wear camo. And maybe we'll get Tom Brady to come hang out with us.
Sometimes it's really hard to be your friend. You said you were gonna support me.
It's starting to rain.
Yep.
Joe and I are gonna hang here for a few minutes by the pond and see if we see anything, but I'm not very optimistic in the rain. At least we're out of the rain, we're in the blind.
So day 6, and Gene was good enough to join us even though he had already tagged out earlier in the season.
Woo, 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 woo! Oh, now you've done it.
We're lost.
Where I can get everybody.
Well, you can't see us.
Right, because we got camo.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
So we're out. You know, we went up top in that farm and no birds talking. And lo and behold, you know, we're going around our usual spots looking for birds. So is everybody else. So Gene and Tom and I were talking about how birds aren't talking. Everybody went to their best spot first. Got nothing. Now we're going to go to Dunkin' Donuts and there's going to be a line of trucks with guys in camo.
Absolutely there's going to be. And then we're going to go to Market Basket, aisle 12. I've heard there's a few toms there already to go.
As we know, toms have great eyesight and great hearing. If they could smell you,
You'd never get one.
the only place you'd get one would be at the supermarket.
Tom is a teacher, and so he had a self-imposed time limit on our particular day that he needed to get in and get his weekly classroom prep work done, lesson plan, all that stuff. So we had a limited amount of time, so we went to yet another spot where we were pretty confident we were going to bump into some birds. on the way back to the truck, we noticed that we had 3 toms coming in silent. And I'm going to let Tom tell you what happened from here.
The plan was, when we noticed that the turkeys were headed towards this water source, we were going to intercept them angle of pursuit style and cut them off at the end of this hill when they got to the water. We thought they were going to come towards us, and we were going to meet them partway there. They didn't. They went down to the wood line instead, farther away from us. We tried to close the gap again, and when we got there, one of the older toms poked his head up, noticed us, and then tucked tail and run. And by the time we got there, we knew that our cover was blown, so Gene and I were just standing in the field like fools, talking about what we could have done better or what could have been different.
I thought we got to here, and I was like, where'd they go?
They were right there.
Oh, you guys.
Oh yeah, we watched all 3 of them. Yeah.
Oh, you
I
got
just
close.
we needed to get a little closer. He was going to get a shot of his head sticking up.
They're too far.
When we got to here, they were on that knob. That would have been an okay
I saw
shot.
the head of one, and you saw us quickly.
Nice and white, and we're like, he's right there. But he goes. Didn't know what.
Didn't have a wouldn't have been up.
That was close.
That was exciting.
Why you can't spot and stock hens or turkeys, right there.
Sometimes you got to make the try when you can, though.
Yeah, we've got a time crunch here with Tom. He's got to get his classroom prep work done today, so we can't hunt all day.
We tried to just get cut around on them and have them come by us. It almost worked, but almost doesn't count.
Day 7, and we're trying to get Joe on some farm-raised birds. Now, that's not accurate. These aren't farm-raised birds, but they're on a farm.
Big Tom on full display.
Really? Where?
So Gene got us on a bird, all fired up, trying to breed a hen, but there's somebody over there that feeds them. So guess where they're going for breakfast? I thought I could smell bacon and eggs.
Yeah, me too. I think we should have met him up there.
Yeah, really.
Sort of cut in on his action a little bit.
So those birds didn't want to play, so we went to the last place we encountered birds.
We're back on the spot where those birds came in quiet for Tom last weekend. So we'll see how we do.
Something come in behind us. I don't know, we couldn't see it, but breaking sticks and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe a deer or a bear or
I don't know.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot. It was definitely Bigfoot.
I saw Bigfoot once.
Alright, last day. Kind of starts like the first day. It's raining. Radar says it's clear, or it did when we left. I had a little shower come through. We got one low gobble. Not on top of us, so we're down in the blind. We're staying dry, which is good. And the bugs aren't too bad, so that's good too. Those toms are up top. It doesn't appear that they're coming any closer this far. It's early yet, but you know, like the first day, weather's not great, and I gotta work. Tom, the ever responsible teacher of young minds, has to get his prep work done for this week.
Yeah. I don't know what you want me to
He's a lot to say. Fancies himself a writer, but boy, he's not good under pressure. My morning so far has been listening to those toms 150 yards away and watching this tom sleep. It's clever. It's good.
Tom and I went for a walk with about a half an hour to go before my self-imposed deadline, and sure enough, we encountered a tom. So he had basically underneath this bush, and I sat behind it, tried to call it in a little bit, and it sounded like he went away from us. So after calling here, this little calling sequence, I set Tom up, and I went away from the Tom in an effort to pull him in towards my Tom.
I moved away from Tom to see if I could draw that Tom out towards me. So I left him back there 35, 40 yards. So I've called a couple of times. But I hit him again. See what happens. I can't hear him now. So we'll see. But we were getting ready to take off, and got one spot in stock here. It's not really a spot in stock, but we cut the distance once we heard him gobble.
Coming out. Did you miss?
Yeah.
I feel bad. So, Tom's over there, and the bird is pretty much here. So he's in, he's in range. So tell me what happened.
He was standing about here, came a little further, got halfway through. I could see part of his chest and not his tie, his beard.
His beard.
his necktie. And he was in strut, and then he cooled off and stuck his head out, and I was like, all right, that's my time to take the shot. So I took the shot, and then there was no more turkey. He was gone. But this is where, that looks like that's where he got all kicked up and wheeled around and left.
And there's no feathers here, so that makes me think that you have a clean miss. So clean miss is good.
Better than a bad hit.
Better than a bad hit.
Good luck tracking that thing.
Yeah, we're not tracking him. You can't find it. There's no feathers here. There's no blood. There's no nothing. So I think you're fine.
Yeah.
We're here at the end of the season. That's probably Tom's last chance to get out unless we stay out here longer. I gotta go to work. That bird's gone. He was hot too. That's a drag.
It's fun though.
Yeah, it was fun. Let's wrap this up for this year then. So we had some early season success. Okay, we took Joe out and got him very excited about turkey hunting and set the hook with him. Went out with Gene, did a spot and stock.
On a turkey.
And we missed one here on what might be the last day.
Yep.
What else you got to add?
I don't have anything else to add. It was fun.
Yep, it was fun. It is fun. See you guys later.
Thanks for checking out the Artemis Channel's turkey season. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and as always, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.